Okay, everybody. Week 4 of our Ironman training and fundraising for Melissa's Promise through Ironman Foundation has been completed. So let's get into it. All right. Well, this is day 1 of week 4, so we're just marching along. It was a good run. It was a 5-mile recovery run. It was a good go as you feel instructions, and so that's kind of what I did. Stayed 3 to 5 beats below my ceiling, and went well. Right after a rain, actually, and so the temperature was about 77 degrees. Humidity was through the 95% or so. So the humidity was a beat down, but the cooler weather really did help. It was not a problem keeping my heart rate where I needed it to be, and so we're just clicking off the miles. That's great. I feel really good. Tomorrow's the day off, and then we'll start back Tuesday. That was a funny day. I got back. I run the Woodlands course and got towards around the waterway where the pavilion is, and good Lord, there were hordes of people on their phones. And finally asked somebody. It turned out it's a Pokemon Go community event, whatever. So had to weave my way through all those people staring at their phones and walking around like zombies. Okay, if that's you, I apologize. All right, see ya. Okay, first swim of week 4 went well. We had a 2,400 yard swim. It's a little warm outside, about 91. The humidity is down about 50, 60% or so. So weather seems to be easing a bit. Let's hope it continues. Swim was pretty good. I had some drills and did a bunch of 100s, easy on up to a sprint. Not much of a sprint, but and worked my shoulder pretty good. But I did lay off a little bit, and then we had some paddle and not paddle, but kickboard with fins. Went pretty well. Happy with it. Tomorrow is a 20-mile bike, and kind of the same old grind. So we will see you mañana. I don't know what the wind is, but it feels like it's about 20. I feel like I'm standing still. But heart rate's okay, so that's good. Definitely a little cooler than normal, so maybe 90 or so. Much better. 20 miles done. It was my midweek Wednesday ride, and it's about 90, probably 92, 93, I don't know. And humidity feels okay. Decent ride. To be honest with you, I wasn't really focused on my ride. I guess I've got a lot of going on at work, and I'd look down at my halfway on the way back. My heart rate was creeping up, and I just was not paying attention. So, anyways, I'll do better next time. Got a long run tomorrow, but I think this is kind of my recovery week. So I think I've got an 8-mile run. We'll see how that goes. Sign off, and we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, well, my Thursday run is done. I ain't lying, that was a fail, a giant fail. 8 miles, but really humid. It was trying to rain. It did rain in the Woodlands here a little bit, but it not right where the course is, and but the humidity was just 1,000%, and it was just a terrible run. I chalk it up to three things. My legs were flat from that bike yesterday. I kind of pushed a little bit, and I'm paying for it today. And the humidity, just brutal. And that thing that we talked about the other day, that cardiac drift, I think also played a part, because my heart rate, I could not keep it down. It ended up being at threshold instead of at ceiling. That's a 10 beat, increase. And I ran it around 3 to 5 beats over for most of the way, but the last 3 miles, I just couldn't control it. So I just stopped looking at it. Anyways, it's done. I hope it was effective. Runs like this, just pretty disappointing, but got the miles in. I'm gonna forget about it and look toward tomorrow. So tomorrow's a swim, Friday swim. I think it's 2,400 maybe yards. So the week's almost over. We'll catch up to you tomorrow. Friday swim is over. We did 2,550 yards. I think I actually did an extra 50. But good swim, and hot and humid, but normal August. Felt okay. The shoulder, I just didn't put much pressure on it, so it didn't bother me. The mechanics went pretty well. I mean, I'm pretty pleased with my stroke, and no complaints. So swim is over. Have a ride tomorrow. Got a 40-mile ride, and I think it's steady effort. So it's ceiling, normal drill. We will see you tomorrow and wrap up the week. Okay, almost got run over. Lady didn't look. Away it goes. Week 4 is done. Got 40-mile ride in the can. It's Saturday about, I don't know what time it is, about noon, and it went well. Heart rate did okay. Started about 85 degrees, I think. It's about 93 now. The heat index says 100, feels like 103, and yes, it does. But humidity it came down a little bit to 60, so that has helped. Had a close call this morning though on the way out. Almost had to T-bone a lady who never looked when she got into the intersection until it was too late. And I was fiddling with this camera and didn't have my hands on the brake, so it was touch and go there, but it was fine. So good ride. Week 4 is done. It's been a good week, been a good month of training, so we're just getting our feet under us. Lots more to come. Okay, we'll see you in the recap. Hey everyone, so week 4 of our Ironman training is done. That's a month's worth of official training. Cannot complain. Weather's been hot and humid, but that's summer in Texas, so it's what we got. It's the cards we're dealt. Week 4 was a good week, so let me give you a recap of the distances. We did 4,950 yards in the pool. We did 61.6 miles on the bike and 13.5 miles on the run. That's a total time of 7 hours and 17 minutes of active training. So good week. It was a little bit of a recovery week. Last week was a little higher mileage. Next week I'm pretty sure is higher mileage. But every 3 or 4 weeks, got to get a little bit of a break, let your body recover a bit. So that's what we did this week. Okay, so adverse conditions this week. The weather's going to continue to play a role in the training until it cools off. So we know that going in. So my midweek bike ride, I lost a little focus and a lot going on at work. I don't that's just apply to the age grouper. We all work for a living, and we try to get this training in, and work issues bleed into our training. And so, the problem is that has implications because not focusing on what I was doing, I let my heart rate climb, meaning my effort, increased effort. Um, and had some wind to deal with, had some hills at the end to deal with that I would normally take it easy on, and just lost focus and let that creep up. It seems like a small thing, but it's a domino effect. So my long run the next day, between the humidity and my tired legs from that bike, even though it was just a 20-mile bike, um, it added up, and legs felt flat. Humidity killed me, and it just ended up being a terrible terrible run. And so, lesson learned. I'm going to try to keep my wits about me during training, and focus on the task at hand, and try to compartmentalize a little bit, keep work out of my training time. Um, so that's it. Injury update, really same old thing. Shoulder will continue to be an issue, but nothing really new on that front. I'll keep you posted. Um, so that's it for that. Okay, so my Ironman tip of the week, we're going to talk about gear. Okay, so if you're like me, I like things that last. So I buy, I end up spending a little coin on the better thing, whether that's tools or fishing tackle or whatever, important things. Uh, my tri gear is no different. So when you Ironman first timers, when you sign up for your race, you hit the registration button and you commit. There's this little button, little flip that switches. I don't know what it is. I call it the gear upgrade syndrome. Okay, I'd been before my Ironman. I'd done a year's worth or 6-8 months worth of training and other tries, and then I signed up for a 9-month training program for Ironman, and all of a sudden, it's like I had to upgrade. So if you're like me, you'll be going to Home Depot or to go buy the stuff you need for the house project that you procrastinated on, and you'll just happen to be passing by your favorite bike shop, and your car, just for no particular reason, swerves into that parking lot, and then it gets ugly. So my tip is, be careful about your gear purchases. Ask a lot of questions, do a lot of reading, find out throughout your training season what works, what doesn't, and then pace yourself on your purchases. Because it can add up in a hurry, and if you're not careful, you'll walk out of that bike shop with a $500 worth of stuff that you may or may not need at the end of the day. So my tip is pace yourself on the gear upgrade. I'm all about it. I've done it myself, but it's a long season, and it's very costly. So uh, and it'll keep you out of the doghouse at the house too. So, anyways, that's my tip of the week. Hope it helped. Okay, so before we go, I do want to remind you about our fundraising project called Melissa's Promise. We have a fundraising effort to support Walk With Me, which is a U.S. based nonprofit doing humanitarian work for Syrian refugees in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley region. So, for more information about our fundraising effort, you can watch my other videos. You can also go to my Ironman Foundation website and read the description and hit that donate button. We'd appreciate it. Of course, you can follow me on YouTube, but you can also follow me on Strava, and of course, social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you like the video, be sure and hit the thumbs up,
And if you have anybody in the triathlon world, any friends who are maybe wanting to get into it, be sure and share these videos with them, and so we can continue to grow our community. As always, thanks for watching, and please be sure and leave any comments in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. That's it. We're in the can, so week 5 starts Sunday. We will see you then.